guys, good afternoon. It is Jen with 5 Dinners in 1 Hour. You are hopping on, just say hello and let me know where you are chiming in from. Again, my name is Jen and I am prepping from you live from my kitchen just outside of Buffalo, New York, very cold Buffalo, New York. So I'm gonna do 2 of the meals on there, the Big Mac salad and the chili, because it is chili season, my friends. For my new friends, give me a heart if you are a member, give me a thumbs up if you are new and you're not a member yet. Basically, what I'm going to be doing for you all today is I'm going to be prepping 6 fresh meals that I'm going to eat throughout the week. Oh, so these are going to be in my refrigerator. These are not freezer meals that I'm going to stash in my freezer, even though some of them could be freezer meals. These are actually meals that I am going to have in my refrigerator. So come 5 o'clock, I'm not doing the 5 o'clock shuffle. I can just go to my refrigerator, which is right over there, and pull my meals out of the refrigerator and either put them in my Instapot. If it's in the morning, I put it in my slow cooker. Some of them are skillet meals, some of them are baking meals, some of them are casseroles, lots of good stuff. So after this video, you can click up above. There's a link, there's a $2 sample plan if you are new to the plan, or you can grab the menu plan, the $2 sample plan that has a little bit of both in there. So this is such a time saver, you guys. This is a revolutionary plan. This plan is like none other. This is the original meal, 5 dinners in 1 hour. So make sure you hit the share this button so you can save it to your timeline. Also just share this awesome plan with your friends. Give me a heart or a thumbs up if you are ready to start prepping on Meal Prep Monday. I'm super excited because I'm going to start today with the balsamic pot roast, which is on our Keto Instant Pot plan. Now, just so you guys know, we have some bundles. Right now we have the Keto Instant Pot, and I think the whole 30 bundle is still out. These are limited time bundles. This is a set amount of recipes. These are only available for a limited time. What's super awesome about these bundles is that you don't have to be a member of the combo or the clean eating or the classic plan to get a bundle. You could just get a bundle and be happy with that. You get all of the awesome things that come along with being a member, such as the grocery list, customizing your meals, customizing your serving. So if you want to serve a serving size for 3, if you serving size for 6, which is most common, you want to feed the whole neighborhood. And that's what's so awesome. So those bundles are super awesome because it's just like a one and done. So you can just grab those bundles too, and there's a couple bundles out there and there's a lot of bundles coming. So right now, my friends, I am prepping one of the meals from the bundle, and that is going to be the balsamic pot roast. Again, that's from the Keto Instant Pot plan. We're actually making this for dinner tonight. That's why I have my Instapot out, because this baby's going in the Instapot later on tonight. So give me a heart or thumbs up if you've tried this meal before. I have not made this one yet. So you guys, I have a beautiful chuck roast that I picked up actually at Whole Foods because they were on sale this weekend when I was with my friend Jen, who's on right now. I grabbed this chuck roast, so I'm making this in my Instapot today. As much as you guys know, I love my slow cooker. And I'm like, I love my slow cooker. I'm kind of falling in love with the Instapot. I gotta tell you, kind of am. It's kind of growing on me a little bit. So who else loves their slow cooker but is starting to love the Instapot too? Like, I'm still new at the whole Instapot thing. I've had it for a couple of years. I'm kind of seeing the goodness out of it. So in here, I have a nice big chuck roast. I didn't cut it in half. The directions do say to cut it in half, but I stabbed it with a fork, just so all those juices can kind of marinate in there. Because I am cooking this tonight, I really want that. It's not going to sit in my refrigerator for a few days. So I really want this to get nice and juicy and marinated. Now it says now I'm going to add the roast, onions, and the next 4 ingredients to a large zipper bag. So I need some frozen chopped onions. I had these lonely little onions left in my freezer. So I'm going to add the rest of those. Who chops their own onions? I just started doing that recently. Sometimes I get lazy and I buy the store-bought, but recently I've been just chopping my own. Seems to be a little bit more economical. And now some garlic. Who loves the garlic? This bag's low, so I got some ones from Trader Joe's this weekend. So it says I need to add some minced garlic. And you know what I'm going to do to that too? Now I'm going to add a healthy amount of garlic because I like garlic. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm actually going to add a few garlic cloves too, just because I can. Actually, I have just wiping off my scissors. All right, so here I go. I got some more garlic. because you can never have too much garlic. And I did this last week too, and I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna put a few cloves in here because you guys, when you do this, it just makes everything taste so much better. It's like butter. And when that cooks in the Instant Pot and it gets all nice and tender, that garlic's just gonna mush right in there. Oh, goodness gracious. Y'all are gonna wanna come have dinner here today. Okay, so that was my garlic, and now I need some balsamic vinegar. It wouldn't be a Meal Prep Monday without 1 or 10 Jenn twists. So I'm gonna add a little bit of just regular, plain old store-bought balsamic, because this is balsamic pot roast. And I am gonna add a little bit of some from our local olive oil store, a fig balsamic. I don't know, it just sounded good. And so I'm gonna roll with that. So this is just a fig balsamic. I get it at Prima Olivia. It's a local Buffalo store. Now we need a little Dijon. And you guys, some people like to measure out, and you can totally measure out. All of the measurements are on here. I'm an eyeballer. When it comes to cooking, I eyeball because I put so many twists on it. But when I bake, I measure. Baking is a science. My towel. And then it says some Italian seasoning. Again, I'm going to do a little bit of a combo. I have an Italian garlic seasoning, a tastefully simple one, so I'm going to add just a little bit of that. Then I have this garlic herb seasoning. You guys have seen me use this a ton of times. I'm going to add a little bit of that. So I'm using this instead of the Italian seasoning. And we'll just add a smidge of Italian seasoning. This is about a 3-pound pot roast, you guys, or chuck roast. And it was just it was a beauty. Now I'm gonna salt and pepper this baby up. I'm cooking this today in my Instant Pot. And when I cook this, I'm gonna add this to my Instant Pot, this right here, with some beef broth. Because when you cook in your Instant Pot, what helps build it to pressure is liquid. No liquid, no pressure. So I'm going to add beef broth, which is part of on my cooking day instructions. So I know I have the beef broth because I had it on my grocery list and it's on my cooking day. And I'm gonna add that to my pressure cooker, which is also your Instant Pot. But some people might have a different kind of Instant Pot. I know like now even like Crock-Pot brand actually has like their version of an Instant Pot. So everybody's on the Instant Pot train. I'm gonna add this with my beef broth to my Instant Pot, pressure cooker, whatever you wanna call it. And I'm gonna cook this on high pressure for 50 minutes. And then when it's done, I'm gonna naturally release. And what natural release means is there's a little valve on your Instant Pot. I'm not gonna turn that valve off and give myself a steam bath. I'm gonna naturally let it release. And what happens as you're cooking it, it will just naturally release. And before you know it, there's a little thing on your pressure cooker that'll just go up. So if you're familiar with an Instant Pot or any of those pressure cookers, you're like, okay, I know what you're talking about. For those of you that have not pressure cooked a lot or maybe just do some simple things in there, naturally it releases, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. And when that baby pops up, it doesn't take more than maybe 10 minutes or so, maybe 15. And there's a lot of people I always see like, oh, I'm so scared that it's gonna blow up on me or like explode. What's awesome about it, you will not be able to take the top off of your Instant Pot until the pressure has released and the little valve is popped up. Then I'm gonna remove this beautiful, delicious, smells so good roast. I'm gonna shred it and set it aside. You're gonna have some awesomeness in your pressure cooker of your juices, which combines the juices and the liquid of the balsamic along with the beef broth that you need to have in there. You need to have at least a cup to a cup and a half of liquid at all times, no matter what you cook in the Instant Pot. I'm gonna set that aside. Then I'm gonna take the remaining liquid, and on your Instant Pot, there is a simmer and a saute on there. I'm gonna add in some Exum gum. That I'm not using that. I'm actually using, you could use flour if you don't have it, but this is keto, so you obviously wanna do keto, which is the Exum gum. I'm not, because I'm doing keto-ish, and actually what I prefer doing, because I do more paleo-ish, is I'm actually going to be using tapioca or arrowroot flour. I have both of them, and those are both like a natural thickener as well. And I will make what's called a slurry. So I will take some of the liquid, drain some of the liquid out with a baster, pour it in my cup, and I will whisk in that, and then I'll whisk it back in. Then as I'm letting that simmer in my Instant Pot, it will get nice and thick, and it will make a really, really yummy, delicious balsamic gravy yumminess train right there. So that is Instant Pot 101 right there. Now, part of the instructions too is saying that I could make some cauliflower rice, which I would need some heavy cream, butter, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and mozzarella, which is all on my cooking day. This is to like make a cauliflower rice mash. Not doing that. I'm actually making a vegetable medley and some sweet potatoes instead. So you're gonna miss that part of the recipe, but you get the bundle, you can get the full recipe. So part of the recipe does call for that, like I just said, but I'm not doing that part because that is what's so awesome about this plan, is you can customize it to what you love. And if your family doesn't want cauliflower rice, if you know your family's not gonna cauliflower, just don't make it. Make something, make a substitution. I would eat cauliflower rice. I don't think my family would. And I want to do a nice vegetable medley that I have anyways. So it does continue to say for cooking day to cook your cauliflower rice according to package directions, because that's part of your cooking day instructions. But again, I don't need that. So if you want the full recipe of how to even make the cauliflower rice, grab the bundle and the links above afterwards too. So that's always plan B. That is recipe number 1, you guys. This is the balsamic pot roast. Make this. Make it, because it smells like super, super good. So next, you guys, I am doing the Parmesan crusted tilapia, which already I'm actually using haddock for this. And this is what is so awesome about this plan. You know, you think of some of those meal kits that they always are promoting. This is like making your meal kit. Those meal kits that you can order are super like crazy expensive, and you can't customize them to what your family likes. So you get this box at home and maybe you have the stuff you don't even like. This you can make, you know, your family's gonna like, and it's way cheaper. Like, I bet you guys, most of them are $100 or less, because that is what's so awesome about this plan too. Not only is it a time saver, but it's a total money saver. And you're not doing the little 5 o'clock shuffle, driving through the drive-thru, ordering $40 worth of food. That's just like, you know, awful for you. You're making fresh meals right at home. Let's get cooking Parmesan crusted tilapia. And I'm taking out the tilapia and I'm using haddock. You could use cod, you could use any white fish you want. So it says here, and I'm doing a serving size of 3 for this one. And again, I don't measure things out, I eyeball unless I'm baking. So it says add Parmesan cheese, garlic, paprika, parsley flakes, and a pinch of salt and pepper to a shallow container. So here's my little shallow container. So I got some parsley. I'm gonna use that whole baby up. I got a whole other one, but I don't need any more. And now I need some garlic powder. So I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder. I'm gonna add a little bit of paprika. I totally just skipped over a recipe too. I meant to do the steak bites next. So much for order, Jen. Right? A little bit of paprika, parsley flakes. I forgot to get out. A little bit of parsley flakes. I meant to do the garlic steak and potato packets next. Oopsies. But that's right here. We'll just switch over to that afterwards. Okay. And a little bit of salt and pepper. So again, Parmesan, garlic, paprika, parsley flakes, salt and pepper. We're gonna mix this yumminess up. Okay. This here is so annoying to me today. It won't stay back, and it's Monday, and I'm just like, okay, we're just gonna deal with it. All right. Now I'm gonna brush each tilapia or haddock with some mayonnaise, and then I'm gonna dip them. So the mayonnaise is actually going to be like the binder. Where is my mayonnaise? I thought I pulled it out. Let me grab my mayonnaise. Oh, I did. It's out with my Big Mac salad dressing. That's why it's over there. All right, so I'm going to And I always keep, just for new preppers too, I keep even though my garbage is under here, I always keep a little basket here to put my garbage in, just so I can just toss it at the end. And then I always have some hot soapy water in my sink too. So it helps. So I'm gonna take a little bit of just regular mayonnaise, and I'm just gonna lightly brush it on here. And now, like I said, I'm doing a serving size of 3. And one of my tilapias kind of fell a little apart. I defrosted or not tilapia, my haddock fell apart, so that's why it looks like there's 4. I'm making these tomorrow because they were frozen, so I thawed them out. So by tomorrow, I definitely want to cook these. You could also use fresh. Now, if I wanted to have these later in the week and I was using frozen, I would just make up this and then have them in my freezer and then pull them out the next day. All right, so I could use tongs, but you know what? I'm afraid with the tongs, this fish is so flaky. All right, that works. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of, so the mayonnaise acted as the binder. Oh, yumminess. And now I'm just kind of breading it, but I'm breading it in yummy Parmesan. So for my keto friends, this is an awesome keto meal. All right. And then I'm gonna get some wax paper, and just to make a little, just so they don't stick to one another. All right. Where am I? Okay. I should have maybe put some mayonnaise on the other side too, but I don't feel like it. It's sticking just fine either way. Okay. All right, so now just making sure y'all can see how I got it cooking here. And these are haddock that I got at Whole Foods because I couldn't resist. I like tilapia too, but I don't know. I like haddock better. All right, so there's number 2. So those are 2 big pieces. And now I need another little piece of wax paper. I'm gonna just fold that up. I'm trying to just use this little dish here just to have less real estate being used in my refrigerator. Okay, please don't fall apart. Please don't fall apart. There we go. This was the one that I was worried about. And there we go. Then I'm going to tell you what we're going to do for cooking day. Actually, we got to get the veggies ready for it too. This is so flaky. And this is wild caught. So we usually try to go wild caught. This baby's just going to totally fall apart. Okay, let's get you in here. All right, number 3. And then we got this little one here who fell apart. And then we'll just put this, the wax paper acts so everything doesn't stick. All right, now lastly, the last one, and I have just enough of the little Parmesan crusted for that. So as you can see, I'm not wasting any of my Parmesan. I used it all up, none wasted. I suppose that you didn't even have to use the mayonnaise too. It sticks pretty good to the other side. So, all right. Number 4, I'm going to throw this in my hot soapy water along with that. I'm just using my Temptations little thingamajiggy here. It's like the bread dish. Just because I don't want to use up a lot of real estate in my refrigerator. But you could use a baking dish. You could use any kind of like plastic Rubbermaid thing you had. So that, you guys, is the Parmesan crusted tilapia. I use haddock. You could use any kind of fish you want. I'm just going to brush this off real quick. Now I need to make the veg to go along with it because this is on our clean eating. And the veg that goes with that is a nice little broccoli and carrot mix. Okay, so it says, all right, so now it said brush the tilapia with the mayonnaise, which you saw me do, and then dip it in the cheese mixture, then store in a container using wax paper between the layers. Now, sometimes I have put it in a 9x13 baking dish, and you don't need that wax paper, but because I'm just trying to save real estate in my kitchen or my refrigerator, I just stacked it, and this was smaller. And it looks pretty, because I have another dish that I'm making that has the Temptations too. Now, I need to make my veggie dish to go along as a side. So I'm gonna place some broccoli and carrots in a large zipper bag, large zipper bag. And then I'm gonna drizzle it with some olive oil and add some garlic, season with salt and pepper, and shake this baby up to mix. So let's do that. So I have some broccoli, and these are florets. So I need some broccoli. So we'll add a little bit of brock. I'm not gonna add it all. That's about good because I love this as a snack. Then I'm gonna need some carrots. Halved. So let me just rinse my knife off. And I'm gonna halve them up really quick. And why I have them up is you could actually put them in whole, just help them cook a little bit faster. I love this color combination of the green and the orange. All right, so I'm adding in some baby carrots, halving them up. I have some cauliflower florets. This is gonna go along with the Parmesan crusted fish. I'm just gonna say fish. Makes it easier to say, right? Because it's supposed to be tilapia and I'm using haddock. Then on cooking days, you guys, I'm gonna remove my haddock, my fish, from the container and place it on a large baking sheet sprayed with nonstick cooking spray, or you could use my very, very favorite I love this nonstick Reynolds stuff. Nothing sticks to it, nothing. Or you could use parchment paper. I just think for easy cleanup, I like that Reynolds wrap. I always used to get like the cheapo stuff, and then I started investing in this, and it's so much easier. And then I'm going to lay my nice little broccoli and carrots here around my fish, and I'm gonna bake it in a 400-degree oven. I said degree, not dollar today. Did you just catch that? I'm gonna bake it at 400 for 10 to 15 minutes until the fish is flaky and the veggies are tender. Now, if I found that my fish was nice and flaky, but my veggies still weren't tender, I would carefully remove my fish and let my veggies cook for a little bit longer. Simple as that. But they'll cook up just about the same. These typically cook up really, really quick. But for some reason, if you like your veggies really tender, just remove your fish if it's cooked and let your veggies cook for a little bit longer. And then it says to also serve this with rice. So you just like your brown rice steamers, and you just cook those according to package directions. So I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil to this. And then I need some minced garlic. So we need some garlic and olive oil, and I'm gonna salt and pepper that. I always like to salt and pepper my veggies too. They need a little salt and pepper love as well. We always work on trying to salt and pepper our proteins and our meats and our poultry, but you know, veggies love it, and it really adds a lot to it. You know, sometimes people are like, oh, my veggies are bland. Did you add salt? Did you add a little, you know, little pizzazz to it? That's what I always say. So always season, make sure you season your veggies, even when we tell you not to, or we don't say anything, just do it. Because you do you, all right? You do you. And guess what? If you don't like one of the veggies, just pick another. So it makes it so simple. That's why this plan is so awesome, you guys. All right, so adding in some garlic. All right, so this is my broccoli and carrot veggie dish, side dish to go with the Parmesan crust. I'm gonna mix that up nice and neat. This we are having tomorrow because I am using frozen fish that I've already thawed.